All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on a video here with Jackie Day. She is business development manager with Hurtigruten, a expedition travel leader in expedition cruising to destinations all over the world. And Jackie was kind enough to give me a few minutes of her busy day to put this video together. And we thank you for that, Jackie. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So Jackie, Hurtigruten, we all know Hurtigruten is a world leader in expedition travel. So when you say an expedition leader, what does this mean for the traveler?
Well, thank you so much for having me. That's a great question. I think a lot of people hear this term expedition because it's one of those hot buzzwords in travel right now. And they say, oh, that's great, but what the heck does that mean? What is expedition? So let me tell you, expedition travel is travel on smaller ships with a little bit of a different onboard feel to them, to usually polar water. So it's usually cold water cruising. So for example, for Hurtigruten, we travel to Antarctica, Iceland, Greenland, the Northwest Passage, and next year we'll be going to Alaska for the first time. So we're really excited about that. And what expedition means to us on our cruises, if you've been on a more traditional cruise, you might have experienced nightlife such as a casino and a big Las Vegas style show. That's not really the feel on our cruise ships. There's nothing wrong with that if that's the kind of vacation that you're looking for. But if you're looking for something different and a little bit more immersive, certainly very destination focused and almost with a little bit of an educational element to it, then that's what our expedition cruises really have to offer. We have, great dining and incredible service and beautifully appointed ships, but they're much smaller than a more traditional or mass market cruise line. So our older ships are anywhere from 100 to 200 passengers. And we have two brand new ships. One just came out last month and the other one's coming out next March. And those are 500 passengers. So still, relatively speaking, in the cruise industry as a whole, much smaller ships. In addition to that, our ships are all ice class ships. So they are specifically built and designed to be very safe in the ice in these polar regions that we travel to. But the onboard feel is, I think, really what makes it different. There's the onboard feel as well as the outside and the outdoor activities. So onboard on all of our ships, we have a science room and a science center. And that's in addition to the lectures that we offer to our clients. And then another big thing that we do that's different, that's really typical of expedition cruising, is that we have a 20-person expedition team on every single expedition sailing that we do. So that team is made up of people who are experts in their fields. They're marine biologists and geologists and historians sometimes. We have photographers on board and the people who study birds, ornithologists. I always forget that word. I never knew that till I came to work for Hurtigruten. But wow, birders are a big group of people. There's a lot of them out there. And when you travel to these really remote destinations that we do, you get to see wildlife that, it's once in a lifetime. There are penguins, there are, I think, 20 different kinds of penguins that you'll see in Antarctica. And most of them, that's the only place in the world you get the chance to see them and to see them in numbers. So when you pull around the bay and your ship is getting ready to do a landing in Antarctica and you look out and there's just a field of 200,000 penguins in front of you, it's really awe-inspiring. And then, as far as the activities that we offer, it's really great because if you're very active and you want an active vacation, we can certainly offer that. We have hiking and kayaking, but we also have a little bit more passive things like you can just do sightseeing on one of our little Zodiac boats. So you get off the ship and go onto one of the Zodiacs that we use for landings. But instead, you can just go cruise around and look at icebergs and watch for wildlife and look at the whales. We have countless pictures of people on our ships who are out whale watching, and the whales swim right up to them. It's phenomenal. It's really neat. So I hope that that kind of gives you a feel for what expedition cruising is and what makes it special. It's a really unique way to travel. Most of our sailings are about 14 days or longer, so it's a little bit of a longer trip. But most of the places that you're traveling are places that you could easily get to for a 4 or 5 day getaway anyway. So it's like, what the heck? If I'm going to go to Antarctica, I'm going to go for 2 weeks. Or longer. We have some that are 24 days. So I hope that answers your question. Does that help kind of paint a picture of what our product is all about?
That is fabulous, Jackie. Well said. And I think that'll give my my Facebook clientele an incredible idea of what your product is all about. Absolutely well said. And I thank you so much for these few minutes and sharing that insight about your amazing product. And again, Jackie Day with Hurtigruten, they are a world leader in expedition cruising. I thank you so much, Jackie, and thank you for that.